Hi Papercrafters, welcome to another Design with Jo video. I'm Joanne Rogers, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Central Alberta, Canada, and I've been designing with you in mind since 1999. Today I've got another Jo tip for you. I think one that will expand your stamping opportunities or your coloring opportunities using the blends. So one of the things that I love about my blends is that they blend together beautifully, all of the different colors. So I want to show you how you can do this. And I'm going to use some neutral colors, and I'm just going to choose Pretty Peacock today, but it works for all your colors. So what you want to do is you want to think about using your neutrals as a way to lighten and darken the other colors that you already have. So I got this idea by watching Meg Davies and just seeing what she had to do. So this is my light. So I'm just going to lay down my light so that you can see what the color is. And I'm just going to leave my tips off for now. And that's my dark. So now I have to try and keep these separate. But now I'm going to go in and I'm going to first of all use my light gray granite. And I'm going to lay that down. And I'm not using a very firm touch right now. And then I'm going to go in with my light. And I do need to check every time and go right over top. And we're going to wait for these just to dry a little bit. But you can see probably immediately that you get a little variation in color tone. And as we go up in color, I want to use my brush end again. This is my dark gray granite. So that's a little bit darker, which is a beautiful color. It's more of a brownish tone gray. This is my light again. Put that right over top. And my dark. So can you see the differences in the colors? So there's my gray that has a brown tone. Now I'm going to go into my crumb cake. And my crumb cake is very light. So this is much more brown, a little bit more of a yellow brown here. And this is my light, I think. Yes, it is. So there's my light over top. And there's my dark over top. And my dark. So as these dry, they will lighten up just a little bit. So I'm just trying to give you an idea here. So now you can see that there's a little bit of a darker tone going on here, and there's almost a bit of a yellowish undertone. So the other color, I want to use is I want to show you soft suede. So soft suede is a much more intense neutral than crumb cake is. So I just want you to see the difference between the two, and I also have something that I want to point out to you about them as well. So here it is. This is the dark, and that is really quite dark. So what I did find is when I was going over top of the dark is the darker toned went over the darker tones a lot better, and the lighter tones went over the lighter tones a lot better. But you can just see the difference in the color. At least I'm hoping you can see the difference in the color, and you've just created another 6 different color tones that you can use with your light marker. And then the darker ones don't pick up as much of the light color, you'll notice, as they do the dark. So this really has some brown undertones to it. So I want to show you what it looks like also without neutral. So I did it with petal pink. So I've got some petal pink here, which was an interesting color. I just pulled that one out because it was so light, and really not too much difference between on the dark, but a little bit on the light. And then So Saffron. So this quite yellow showing through, almost a greeny tone. That's my dark. I mixed these ones. That's my dark and my light. And then Pumpkin Pie as well. So here you can really see how the dark underneath really, it shows up. It comes a different color, but you really are going to see a lot of the color underneath. So similar to this guy. So a couple things. Dark works better with dark. Example, soft suede and peacock. The dark is a little bit better. And when you put your, the order that you put your items in is also very important. So let me show you these guys here. So this here is dark crumb cake and my light Pretty Peacock, dark crumb cake and my light and dark Pretty Peacock, dark and dark, and dark, light, and dark and light on both. So one of the things though, this guy here, I put my light crumb cake over top after I'd put on my color. And in that case, it works a little bit like a color lifter. So in order to get a nice subtle effect, I would need to go in and sort of blur some of those edges. So just something to remember is that you will lose some of your color when you put a lighter color over top of a darker one. Going to give you a sneak peek of a project. So here's one. Every color on here, aside from the So Saffron and the Poppy Parade, these are all created colors. So I have merged together different colors, not just the light and dark. So not just light and dark Old Olive here. I put in some soft suede there. And this one here is a mix of, I think, 4 different colors. So really play with your blends and see if you can't get some different looks out of them. Expand your color range and get way more colors than you thought you could than just the colors that the Stampin' Blends comes in. I hope you enjoyed this tip and that it's one that you can use in your own craft room. If you have a question or if you would like more information, give me a shout at joe@designwithjoe.ca and I'll be happy to answer it. Thanks very much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.